I have this image. There's a movie that came out. The book was better, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That wasn't a very good movie. There was only one good character in the movie. They made these robots with characters. They were programmed to have personality characters. So they made this one robot that was manic depressive. So in the movie, the robot's on the spaceship with other people, and he's walking around and says, geez, they spent $2 billion to make me. And when they ask me, open the door, go get the coffee. They don't even use my intelligence. He's walking around depressed all the time. But this depression is an inhibition. It's a caution. It's a defensive. I have my host that's got to be defended. So it makes one overly cautious and how one remembers it. It makes you cautious. So you don't feel supported by the past. The past wasn't good enough. I've got to work hard so that I don't live the way I was. So this inhibition can become very ambitious, where that person drives himself to get out of the circumstances they were born in. But still, in comparison to someone that would have a moon Jupiter, it's two different wavelengths entirely. So if someone has the moon Saturn aspect, every time they remember, they're going to remember the difficult times. Someone with the moon Jupiter are going to remember the indulgent times. Someone with the moon Mars are going to remember the competitive, aggressive times, the fights, the battles. And as you remember, it's going to affect the day that you're living in. So always we're fighting to placate and calm down the moon and make better memories today so that it's improving what we had from yesterday. It's life. When we get to the outer planets now, we get to the more extreme planets. And these cause more extreme situations around the moon. They are disruptive. I'm mostly concentrating on the stress. So when there's a trine or sextile, it's not the stress. It's a little easier. There might be a somewhat smooth connection between it, but nothing you can say this and predict on it because it's just sitting there. If you have 10 smooth aspects sitting in a restaurant, and one bad aspect is over in the corner, and they start screaming and yelling, that one bad aspect gets all the attention and no one remembers the smooth aspects. So you have to pay attention to the stressful ones. The smooth ones, they'll be there when they're there. They could be a little more creative or visionary, and they're going to be the not stressful element here. That's a relief. Wow, I don't have the stressful element. But people who have the stressful elements and have to work through it, their soul grows by dealing with this. And they learn a lot from life by dealing through this factor. And probably across many lifetimes, we have to accumulate all of these factors. So when Uranus, the planet of excitement, it's always trying to change the structure and boring, to look for shock or make things exciting or make things different or break away. When Uranus hits the moon and there's a stressful aspect, it destabilizes the moon. It disrupts the memories. It breaks the sense of security. It makes someone anxious because I never feel secure. I'm not here. I can't remember this. What do I remember? I don't feel this. It makes them a little neurotic. Anxious, worrisome, unstable around the feelings. They don't trust their feelings. Now, some people have that and they'll say, that's not right, I can't feel like this. They'll overcompensate and go to extremes to control their feelings or to get things so everything's secure for them. And then even then they build it up, it'll still change on them. But when they were born, their mom was unstable and in a shocking place and wasn't getting the natural support, whether she was moving and things were changing, but she wasn't stable. And you pick up that anxiety for your lifetime. She brings up the baby and gets past it. But it creates a nervous relationship to mom and to feelings, and a tendency to remember the anxieties and the worries and to be restless. So when you try and get close to someone or sympathize, there's a tendency to just feel that person moves away or runs away or is too hyper to be close to. Okay, I'm back. Okay, here we go. So the moon, it's not just your memories. It's like whenever someone from the past, you meet someone from the past, say you're your age, you're here, someone comes up from the past, they're going to come, I got to meet someone from the past. They're going to bring all of these aspects with them. Anything from the past for you will have these aspects in them and have these struggles within them. But Uranus to the moon is unstable with the past. It's anxious. Nothing's stable. Why go back to it? I got to get away from this. This isn't secure. This isn't stable. I can't rest here. I can't stay here. It's restless and nervous like this. Just relax, feel it. No, there's too many implications. So, and just because they're anxious is not, there's reasons for it, but still one has to learn, often one has to break away from the family to live on one's own and won't be encouraged to do so. Or sometimes might be, get out of here. But just the ability to reflect, when you want to reflect, what you're reflecting on, nothing's stable. Nothing was nurturing you. So, or if there was still a cost to it. So there's a tendency, why hold on to the memory? Why go back? So in one way, it has a positive energy, putting you in the moment of going forward, of being in the moment, not going back. I can't go back. I got to go forward. I got nothing to lose. Let's go. But it does mean you want to do that so fast. You don't take the time to have the discipline to create a disciplined life. So you get on the fast bandwagon to get there quickly. And you can create another instability. So trying to know what to let go of, what are bad memories, what are anxious things, what's not secure places, that's an instinct for the moon Uranus. But the same thing with psychic or intuitions. They're going to come suddenly, but they'll be shocking. They'll always see when things are breaking up or when things are nervous, they won't feel. So this is, I mean, if you want to break down autism, the first things you're going to look at is moon, Mercury, Venus, and maybe the sun, but especially the moon, to Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, to the outer planets. What's making this not fit in normally? So, okay, you have a kid and they have the moon Uranus. You look around, you realize this was instability. You might be trying to you might think you're in the perfect marriage and it's really there and you got it all together and you got the kid, wow. And 6 months later, it may not be that stable. So the instability was there, but it wasn't necessarily showing. But usually with the moon Uranus, you know it. You can talk to someone. Your mom was, if they were the mom, you were the mom, you can say it was like this. Sometimes somebody's pregnant and they're moving 2 or 3 times during their pregnancy. It's unstable like that. Sometimes their parents aren't there and there's no support. You know, it can be sometimes the husband didn't manage to make it to the hospital in time. Just there's going to be shocking things around that. And they're not going to be so quick to want to be married or be stable. Well, it can go one extreme. Usually a person would be more breakaway. I don't want to be smothered. I got to get away from these things. But it's diminishing the ability to have regular habits and be consistent at a habit. Because as soon as the habit gets difficult, there's a tendency to say, this is terrible, this is good, I got to get away from this, and let it go. Which makes it hard to stabilize the mind and stabilize other things and accomplish things. That's the work. You still have to build up habits from your moon. And sometimes you have to wait till you can get out of the house to do that, or out of home to do it, or move away from the town or the city you were born in. Sometimes you're born in an unstable place in the world and you end up growing up in another country with another language and having to change everything. But a lot of people have this and they look stable, they got a stable place. They just have this neurotic edge. They're worrying about kids, they're worrying about, when they remember things, their memories come up as worries, as anxious things, as break through or break down things, and they keep bringing them back rather than letting them go. The idea is to let go, and that was family, but let go. So somebody might be an adopted kid and it changed, and they might be lucky they got somebody who adopted them, loves them, but it's not their real family. And so you expect the shock, this nervous instability to be there. You're going to be learning all the different ways this can be. Someone's there, they don't look like crazy, they don't look like shook up. You start talking about how to get along with home, or where you'll see the story will come out. Because it's how the outer world and the extreme planets come in and affect your most personal side. But of all the things going on in the world, more people are born in disturbing settings than in totally peaceful places. It's a great achievement to be able to meet someone, go through a pregnancy, have a baby, and be in a secure place. But if you've had that shock, it's hard to trust that factor, because feelings can never be sure. If someone gets close, they may never stay there. What am I going to do? Where do I belong? Okay.